Presley, we've got a formal hearing scheduled today. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And for the people?
And we're
And we're ready? Officer Nolly, your first witness? Officer, come on up. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth today? Watch your step on my ramp. Settle in the witness chair. When you're ready, counsel.
Officer, can you state your name for friends?
My name is Alan.
And how are you?
Unemployed with the Huron Township Police Department and traffic.
And as a police officer, do you have any special training in the use of laser?
Yes, ma'am. My police are LiDAR and radar certified, and my certifications here with the board.
And were you certified on June 23rd this year?
Yes, ma'am.
And on that day, approximately 9:37 in the morning, were you on duty?
Yes, ma'am.
Where were you?
I was on I-275 conducting traffic enforcement.
Is it in Huron Township?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you in a fully marked police vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And at about that time, did they give you to conduct a traffic stop that eventually led you to issue a traffic ticket?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened?
I was in the area of 275, and I believe it's Willow Road, correct? I was using a LiDAR unit, so it's a handheld laser device. Literally, you have to point it at your vehicle, targeted vehicle, and get a speed. I observed the 2021 Dodge Charger bearing license plate 4 Nora Edward Adam 50. That's like a reddish purplish color. I got the laser device giving me a reading of 82 miles an hour, 70 mile an hour zone. I effected a traffic stop, made contact with the driver, the only occupant of the vehicle, Maurice Presley, advised him of the reason for the stop. Speeding was the reason. I issued him a citation, very argumentative on the road, and we went to formal originally. Now we're here for a formal release.
All right, I'm just gonna follow up. Did you perform any tests prior to using or after using the laser device, I say?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you determine whether or not the device was working properly?
Yes, ma'am. So these devices, when we first turn them on, they conduct a self-test and a calibration on their own. If the device is not calibrated or there's an issue with the device, they'll give you an error and it won't even turn the device on. It won't even let you operate the device.
And did that happen in this instance?
No.
So it's working properly, okay. Did you issue a traffic ticket?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And what for?
For limited access speed, 11 to 15.
And again, how fast was it going?
82 miles an hour and close to 70.
I have no other questions.
Mr. Presley, do you have any questions for this officer?
Yes,
Go ahead.
first of all, that's not true.
Okay, hold on. This is, I'm gonna give you a chance to tell your story. This is your chance to ask him questions. You don't have to ask him questions. Okay, you can step down. All right. Hold on. No further witnesses? All right, raise your right hand. Swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today? All right, go ahead. Your turn.
It's like the documentation you asked me to get, show they don't have.
I asked you to get documentation?
You said, oh, but I had a Zoom, and you said they don't show the get the body cam with the information and if they don't put the body cam, which I have right here, they don't have the record of it, and you said if you would dismiss it, and I think
I don't ever remember telling you I was gonna dismiss something.
I got the record. I wouldn't.
Well, I'm the only male judge here, and I can guarantee I didn't tell you I would dismiss. I might have said if, what's that? Well, could have been a magistrate at your formal hearing?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
I don't know what you got.
No, hold on. Was it at your informal hearing?
Yes.
I don't do informal hearings generally, so that was probably Magistrate Hinman.
Okay.
Okay,
And he said this.
okay. I don't care what he said. He's not the one hearing the formal hearing.
They don't have. And I wasn't speeding. They don't have. He would
Okay, but they don't have to have a body cam to convict you of speeding.
I wasn't speeding.
Well, that's what the charge is. Do you understand that? That's what the charge is. There's no rule that says they've got to show you on body cam for them to convince me that you were speeding. Sir, don't interrupt me. I'm trying to explain where we're at, and this is not going to be dismissed for lack of a body cam.
First of all, at the end, I said I wasn't speeding, and he said they had to show speeding. I wasn't speeding, and he said, I think that former hearing, he told him that he had some like body cam or something.
Listen, listen closely. I don't know what the magistrate told you, but the magistrate's not doing the formal hearing. I am. I'm not going to require them to provide a body cam at this hearing.
Well,
Body cams normally aren't at a speeding ticket formal hearing. There's been testimony that you were speeding as noted on the LiDAR. So the next step is what do you have to tell me other than the body cam's not here?
I wasn't speeding.
I understand that's your position, but now you gotta present your defense. So what's your defense other than the fact that there's no body cam today?
Okay, first of all, he don't have nothing to show of speeding. He also said I had a red car, a red charger. I have a purple charger, there's nothing near red. And then I brought that to the attention of the judge. Judge, he don't care about the color. I said, sir, I wasn't speeding, I guess the magistrate. And he said I was, and he said they have to produce it. And he said, if you go at the hearing, I was not speeding. They don't have nothing to prove to show that I was speeding.
Okay,
I was not speeding.
okay. So, and I'm just gonna ask you, what's your authority that says they've got to show something at a hearing?
Okay. I don't, and even if he said I was speeding, don't even have to prove I was speeding or show something I was speeding. If he said, with my word against his word, I'm showing this, I'm saying I was not speeding.
Okay,
Fine.
once again, I'm asking you, is there some authority, if maybe there is, that I don't know about, is there some authority that they've got to show me some documentation or some documentary evidence today for a formal hearing?
I don't know what the judge, the judge, I guess it's the.
Once again, that's the non-attorney magistrate that holds the informal hearing. I'm not bound by whatever the informal hearing was about. That's why it's a completely different process. At the formal hearing, lawyers can be involved. Okay, it's a completely different animal.
So what is this? Lawyers can be involved here. I want some representatives. I'm not gonna sit here.
You can hire a lawyer for a formal hearing.
Yes, I'm not gonna sit here and he is just word against my word, you know, here.
All right.
When they got a document.
So you're going to hire, hold on.
I was,
You're going to hire a lawyer?
no, I will.
We're not going to appoint one because there's no jail time on this. We only appoint lawyers to represent people that could go to jail if they're found guilty. If you want to retain a lawyer, I will adjourn this hearing until you can retain a lawyer.
It's one year.
Depends on the lawyer.
Change what now? 1 year. I'll change.
I don't know if there's anybody in the hallway now or not. Probably there may or may not be. I don't know. Okay,
I'm not gonna sit up here.
go ahead. Go see if there's one here.
It's like evidence of frauds. I
I would suggest you get your ass in the hallway because if you're looking for an attorney, you want to get there before they leave. This is the end of the morning.
That's what?
It's the end of the morning. The attorneys don't hang around. So if you want to retain one that happens to be there, get out there and find if there's one here. Go ask it. Just raise your hand and say, I want to hire an attorney. Anybody here?
But I figured you're on magistrate and never told him.
I didn't think he would.
And it's
Magistrate hasn't been around long enough. He wouldn't be guaranteeing what a judge is going to do at a hearing.
I'm sorry, Hans.
No, that's all right.
Those attorneys are in that courtroom, so if they say, yeah, what you've never done, you're gonna do whatever it is.
That's why you called it, Barry, wasn't it? You said a 21 Dodge Charger. Really? I didn't hear it. I never even listened to color, but okay.
They registered.
So I'm waiting to talk to Greco when he's done with the docket next door. So how's it looking over there? Still got a lot of bodies? He knows I'm looking though. Few more? Okay, thanks. Caught that. Yeah, because we all want, we all want your $180 or whatever it is. What is this, 1 point? Limited access to 1116, 1 point?
No, I would think 6 to 10 is 1, this must be 2.
Yeah, 0 to 5 would be 0.
0.
He couldn't find anything out here because now he's on his phone. You want me to just call him back?
Yeah, I'm not waiting for somebody to drive in.
I'm sorry.
I'm not waiting for somebody to drive.
Wait, you want me to go ahead and get
Yeah, tell him to come on in.
Sir, were you able to find it?
They said that the term of the representative.
Come on in, Miss Presley.
Comments.
All right, so I've got ears like a hawk. So I think you just asked the court officer if this could be adjourned.
Yes, yes,
So you want me to adjourn this so you can hire an attorney for a $170 speeding ticket?
yes, because
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm hearing what I think I'm hearing.
I'm just, all right, I already got the documents and everything, and they come, it's like, they don't think you do. Because
I don't know what document you're talking about.
the judge like, told me to go.
The magistrate at the informal hearing.
He told me, he said, produce, he said, the officer got to produce that he said I was speeding. I said I wasn't. He said he got to show. And he said, well, go get the records.
Okay.
So,
Mr. President, I'm going to apologize on behalf of the magistrate because obviously he communicated in an inadequate way. Because there's no way in hell that that magistrate told you that this officer had to produce a body cam.
he said, he said, he had very witnesses. He said that I'm gonna have to go to the, I guess, the South Huron, police station, whatever, and under the Freedom of Information Act, request the records and everything. And I did.
Records of what?
Of this, he said he had me speeding, and he said, a laser or his body cam said it would show that I was speeding, and then,
Body cams wouldn't show you speeding.
what's gonna show speeding? I said, I'm speeding, what's gonna show speeding? What
His testimony. Usually it's his testimony. That's usually all we have at a formal hearing on a traffic matter is the officer's testimony.
Okay,
Sometimes there's an in-car video that would show that somebody passed a school bus, for example, but the in-car video don't show your speed. I've been doing this a long time. I don't know that I've ever had any evidence of speeding other than the officer's testimony of what he or she saw, whether or not it was observation or maybe their observation of the vehicle, then plus what their radar or LiDAR showed them. I don't know that I've ever had anything other than testimony from my witness stand.
and he even told me if I had a red car, and I don't have a red car, I got a purple car. He said he would, I was driving a red Dodge. I said, he must have me mixed up with somebody else. I have a purple Dodge, nothing near.
Okay, all right.
Hellraiser.
I think the way he described it today was purplish or reddish.
He said that, no, he just said.
Okay.
He said.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I said,
All right. So let's get back to my question. Do you want me to adjourn this so you can hire an attorney?
yes, I don't be lying, I don't listen, but I'll be like, oh,
Is that a yes?
yes,
I don't need an explanation.
yes.
Okay. I just threw those dates.
I will be set
If we're gonna do the formal,
Mhm.
is October 20th.
21. All right. I can do this October 21 at 10:30.
They're not gonna be able to object.
I don't blame you.
hearing now is here to testify. Mr. Presley has 5 prior speeding tickets with the township in the last 2 years, and he is not eligible for any reduction.
All right. You got all that?
No, I'm not, that's.
Okay. All right. Your objection is noted. All right. October 21 at 10:30.
You doing a slip?
Yeah,
Look
fine.
at your face.
Okay, thank you.
And Mr. Presley, just so you know, if you do not show up with an attorney on the 21st, this ticket's probably going to cost you more than the 170 you got posted. Because I will assess court costs if you waste this court's time by making this officer come back and making me schedule this. Is that clear? I just want to make sure you understand what I'm telling you.
I got the money in my.
Say this.
I got the money, so whatever it says, that I'll pay that money.
I just want to let you know, if you don't show up with an attorney on that day, all right, you can leave when you get your notice.
Cost I paid.
Shutting down? Okay. All right, be safe, officer.
Thank you, Judge.
Sawi? How do you say it? Say it again. Amosul. All right, counsel. Your appearance.
Morning, Your Honor. I'm Martin Friend, appearing on behalf of Mr. Omasulal. I met with the prosecutor this morning over the case file. She's really understanding of one's situation.
Okay.
The responsibility for fortunately rising way too fast. And we discussed the possibilities. The current resolution that would involve perhaps court's discretion, of course, school related to driving,
Mhm.
opposed to any other consequence. That said, by way of background of my client, he's a U.S. citizen, his father in Iraq. He lives here in Dearborn Heights. The mother was 41. He's 20, just turned 23 right now.
Okay.
The 3 sisters that he's really being father for.
Okay.
High school. He's going to college.
Where are you going to school at? Good.
On his way to dental school, which is
Good. Good.
lots of good ambitions and hopes.
Yep.
He and his family. He works full time. He's working 65 hours a week as well as going to school part time. But he has gone to school full time last year. And will be again next semester. I asked the court to consider the resolution we discussed in this written record by the assistant prosecutor and leave them to your question.
Okay. All right. So prosecutors got drag racing, no contest. Is it a misdemeanor or a civil infraction?
That's a misdemeanor.
Okay. All right. So first of all, do you understand your rights and options after discussing those with counsel? All right. You understand the possible penalty for the drag racing charge? You understand that when you say no contest, you're literally saying to me that you're not fighting the charge. All right. You understand that if I do find a factual basis that supports that plea, there'll be a sentencing at that point. All right. Understanding all of that, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily today? And I'm assuming I can look at the incident report for my facts. Give me a minute to do that, counsel. Okay, I do find a factual basis to accept the plea. I will dismiss the reckless driving charge. And I am prepared to sentence today if there are no objections. All right.
Another license plate. check.
That's been dismissed as per the agreement. Thank you.
Now here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just paperwork. What the judge is doing is weighing the plea against the formal record. You see, in traffic or misdemeanor hearings, the factual basis is everything. Even if the defendant says no contest, the judge has to confirm there's evidence supporting the plea. It's like the legal safety net, ensuring justice isn't just a handshake deal.
All right. Anything else I should consider before I do so?
Well, just to emphasize that he is the father of the household now and really helping as the father and raising the
Right.
daughters, straight and roll, left foot given. That's something he needs to be understand.
Yeah.
And he understands. Look at me. He's a good family man. Love the family. What else?
How many credits are you carrying right now at Lansing? How many credit hours are you taking right now?
Right now, the semester is off.
Okay. And are you working as well? Where do you work?
Yeah.
How many hours a week are you averaging? Yeah. Sorry. Yep. You're right. All right. Did somebody confirm with you your address, your phone number, your email address? Did we get all that today? Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do, counsel. I'm going to put him on a non-reporting 12-month probation. Obviously, stay out of trouble. I'm going to require that he do a traffic school. I'm going to have my probation department do some research and find a couple options. I really want him doing something live. I don't want it virtual if I can find something like that. And we'll reach out to him. That's why I wanted to confirm address, email, and everything else. Now, I'm going to put the monkey on your back. If you don't hear from our probation department within 2 weeks, you contact counsel and counsel will contact us. All right? Because if we're sending emails and we're not getting a response from you, at some point, we're just going to put you in bench warrant status. I don't want that. All right? All right. In addition, I'm assessing fines and court costs of $300. Can we pay that today or does he need options? All right. I'm going to send you downstairs to work out your options. All right. So stay out of trouble. No new criminal charges for 12 months. Take care of the traffic school that we tell you about and pay your $300 and you're good. If you get another ticket, speeding or reckless, any other bad driving tickets in the next 12 months, that's a violation of probation. So in addition to dealing with the new charge, you got to deal with the fact that you violated my probation. Understood? All right. Any questions, counsel?
That's firm.
Okay. All right. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Now,
Yeah, probably. We should probably have him go down and make contact with probation now. Yeah. Thank you. Cynthia Smith. Good morning, Mr. Hadley.
Putting in appearances for this, Your Honor, Attorney Josh Hadley, and my DC counsel representing Miss Cynthia Smith, who places the name on the record.
Good morning, ma'am. Go ahead, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. After having a chance to pre-try this, review the evidence with the prosecutor, we've reached a plea arrangement or plea deal that we would like to avail ourselves of, Your Honor. I do note that this is in arraignment stage on one case in pre-hearing, so we'll waive the formal reading.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be pleading no contest.
Yep.
Under 771.1 for 12 months.
Okay.
The B case, the dangerous dog, is going to be dismissed. Note that the animal shall not be destroyed. This is the first offense. We just want to make sure that was on the record.
Yep.
Very important. And that is the entirety of the deal, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Ma'am, did you understand your rights and options after discussing those with Mr. Hadley? You understand the possible penalty for the misdemeanor charge?
The range on the fines is the only thing that the board's uncertain beyond after speaking with the people.
Okay, up to $500 fines plus court costs is the way I'm looking at it. Okay, so 0 to 500. Understood? Okay. Well, there's also jail time, but I don't put people in jail on these kind of charges. So understanding the possible penalties and your rights and options, are you pleading no contest today? You understand that no contest is literally telling me you're not fighting the charge against you. If I can find a factual basis, which I might need help with, if I can find a factual basis to accept the plea, at that point, there'll be a sentencing. You understand that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, you don't understand what I said? Okay. When you plead no contest, you're saying, Judge, I'm not fighting the charge. So, but I have to have a factual basis to accept a plea. In this case, I'm probably going to look at the police report that was issued. If I accept your plea, then there'll be a sentencing. You understand that? The sentencing we're talking about is a delayed sentence, so ultimately this could come off your conviction record. You understand all that? Understanding that, are you pleading no contest? All right, give me a minute to look at the report. You're right. All right, I do find a factual basis to accept the plea. Jamie, probably back to the prosecutor.
That is,
Per copy? Okay. All right, so I'll accept the plea to the misdemeanor, dismiss the civil infraction. I'm prepared to sentence. Is there anything else I should know?
Your Honor, after discussing fines and costs, this Smith financially is limited income. This was simply, again, by the nature of the offense, technically didn't get out of her hands. She had a buzzer to stop the dog, so she shot Fowler.
Right.
So again, she understands what the ordinance means, but I do look at the whole nature of this one. We would just ask the court to consider those factors in fashion fines and costs.
Okay. All right. Ms. Smith, is there anything you want to add? Don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you a chance.
Taking this plea deal, but I know my dog didn't bite anybody. And I had an under control.
Okay. There's
And that's been
a reason you plead no contest. Okay. All right.
Notice the judge weaving in personal context, highlighting family responsibilities and community role. This is a great example of judicial discretion in action. By factoring in the defendant's family and ambitions, the court balances law enforcement with human factors. Drama aside, this is exactly how judges shape outcomes beyond the black and white statutes.
Anything else?
Mercy on me.
Okay. Well, I've been doing this a long time, and I find that mercy is much like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. I will delay sentence for 12 months. During that time period, stay out of trouble. No new criminal offenses. Court costs are assessed the amount of $300. That money is due today, according to state court rules and statutes. But if you can't do that today, I'm going to send you downstairs so you can talk about options. Have a good day. Crystal, is it Sigers or Siggers? Siggers? Oh, that's what that says? Okay, Miss Medina is your attorney. You want to wait for her to come back in? Yeah. Yeah, just sit down. How about Falzon? Preston Falzon? Good morning. You are going forward today without an attorney, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Let's see what the paperwork says. Okay, so you're going to plead responsible to an impeding traffic civil infraction, and we're going to dismiss the misdemeanor. Those were both issued on September 2nd. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. And the impeding traffic carries $180. You need to talk payment options, it looks like?
Yes, sir.
All right. Or you just want a due date? You want to get on a payment plan? Due date?
30 days.
Within 30? Okay. Got it. You're all set. You're welcome. Andrew, is it Demon? Demond, how do you say it? Demond, come on up. You're going forward today without an attorney, is that correct? All right, you made a deal with the prosecutor? Let's see what you got. Oh, great. Okay, so. Okay, she's asked me to dismiss all 3 charges that were issued to you on August 30th. I'm assuming that's all right. Okay, have a lovely day. You got 4? I only got 3. Did you pay 1?
Yeah, I paid one, it was,
Okay.
Okay. All right, the other 3 are going away. You're welcome.
These 2 are waiting on the turn, just when they just walked in, you're taking care of it yourself, right? Yes, I think this is right.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Bryant, that's true. You're going forward today without an attorney? All right, well, give me just a minute to catch up with my paperwork on that last file, and I'll grab yours. Some judges in other courtrooms, they've actually got people that will get the files for them, but here I kind of got to do a lot myself.
I see that. Where are the tax dollars to?
Good question. First name Kevin?
Yes.
I got you. Let's see what we got here.
No offense to you.
What was the last name?
Bryant, B-R-Y. Okay, great. So we got 2 tickets that were issued to you on August 30th, 2024, and the prosecutor has asked me to dismiss both of those because you're going to plead responsible to a 3rd charge we call double parking, correct? And you've also agreed to pay $300 on that double parking, correct? And we're going to do that on we'll dismiss A outright. All right, and the prosecutor also told me that you would like some time to pay. I'm going to send you downstairs to work out options with them. Do you have any questions? You're welcome. Have a lovely day. Yeah, just go downstairs. We're going to send the information through the computer.
Looks like they pull it back for you. Okay. That's a no, I think. That looks like it's an adjournment. Well, we do have a deed in here.
Counsel, come on up.
Thank you, Your Honor. What up?
All right. Adjournment on loan. How about Siggers?
Kristen Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Siggers, and would you please state your full name for the record? Your Honor, with regard to the arrangement, we would wait for more reading and standing. At this time, my client, Ms. Siggers, is prepared to plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. She is also prepared to plead responsible to double parking with an agreed upon fine of $200 in exchange for driving while license suspended, the open pin talks, the expired date, and the North Shores would be dismissed, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, here's what I would like. What I would like to do is dismiss 2 charges and reduce the drove while license suspended to allow unlicensed driver and just give her a little heavier fines and costs so we don't have 2 files being processed.
Except administrative, thank you.
All right. You understand? Did you understand that? To you, it doesn't make any difference. To my clerks, it's one less file they've got to deal with.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Siggers, did you discuss your rights and options with Ms. Medina? Did you understand those rights and the options they give you?
Okay.
Do you understand the possible penalty for allowing unlicensed driver to operate? Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to that charge today? Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on August 15? Did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on August 15? Was your license suspended, revoked, or denied at the time?
Yes.
All right, I will dismiss the other charges, all of the original charges. And what should I know about the lady before I sentence, counsel?
Ms. Sears does maintain people record in the state of Michigan. My understanding is that she is currently looking for employment. So we would ask that the court most kindly cost, but allow her to enter into a payment plan. For that, my understanding is that she's not currently on probation or parole, and she did come here today with valid insurance, valid registration, and a valid license, Your Honor.
Good to go. All right. When's the last time you worked? Where did you work?
It was like 2 months ago. I was working at Sunrise Hospital.
Okay.
He had his got everything off, so I'm like, I mean, this is like trying to get back in.
Okay. So you're still employed. They're just not giving you any hours.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else you want me to know? All right. Before you leave the building today, make it a point to talk to Mr. Taylor. Avery Taylor. He's downstairs. He keeps a list of area employers that.
Watch this maneuver, adjusting fines to simplify case processing. Courts often consolidate or modify penalties to reduce administrative overhead, but here it also subtly incentivizes compliance. And bonus insight, the judge is giving practical guidance, like pointing to employment resources. Courtroom justice isn't always about fines. It's about steering people toward better outcomes.
They send him notices, say, look, we're hiring 20 people on, by such and such a date, blah, blah, blah. So just talk to him and say, hey, what do you got as far as jobs? I'm looking for work. Okay? You're welcome. All right, so normally on an allow unlicensed driver to operate file, fines that cost you $500, but I'm hitting you a little harder because of that double parking deal. So the total is $700. Go downstairs and talk about your options and make sure you see Mr. Taylor about a possible job. All right, any questions? Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Are you ready on Jones?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Medina, on behalf of Mr. Jones, Your Honor, with regard to the agreement, we would waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Jones, would you please say your full name for the record?
Good morning, sir.
Your Honor, today my client is prepared to plead guilty to fail to display a valid license. I have advised him that will appear in the record, however, will not result in any points. Or I guess it would be a reduction from the driving.
Yeah.
Revoke or deny, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Jones, did you discuss your rights with Ms. Medina? You understand the rights and the options I give you? You understand the possible penalty for the added charge? Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty today freely and voluntarily, sir? Sir, did you drive a vehicle in Huron Township on December 15, 23? And at that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? I'll accept your plea to that charge, dismiss the original charge. What should I know before I sentence?
Your Honor, my client does maintain stable residence in Monroe, Michigan with his girlfriend. He has been gainfully employed for 2 years with GMA Industrial right here in Romulus.
What do they do?
They do steel, they work for steel,
Fabricators?
not for the blaster for the plane.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so he is gainfully employed, Your Honor, maintains stable residence. He still has a little bit of work to do on his license, which he hopes to get done. We actually considered adjourning this matter, but he doesn't want to miss any additional days from work, so we have resolved it today.
I'm assuming part of his license problem is the tickets he owes us for?
He has the no proof of insurance, I believe, is due.
I'm showing a seatbelt, registration or plate, civil infraction, and no insurance totaling $936.
That is
Yeah. Okay.
one of two problems.
Okay, all right. Well, I can't help him with the other one probably. Another court?
So I
Okay.
Yeah, they told me to pay half, which I'm going to.
Okay,
pay half of them.
they're working with you then. Good, good. Do you know if we took care of the online guy?
No.
He's still there? Okay. All right, anything you want to add before I sentence you? Okay.
He's still.
All right, and this job you've got here in Romulus, full-time job? How long you been there?
2 years.
Good, good. Who's taking? I'm not gonna ask.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm not gonna ask. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Here's what I'm gonna do. Fines and costs on your file, including a show cause and bench warrant fee is $600. So that gives you a total up to $1,536. I'm gonna suggest you go down and talk to Mr. Taylor about options, what you can do with that. We can put you on a payment plan and you can pay X number of dollars per month for a long time. But he's also got some options where you might be able to do some community service work to take care of some of that $1,500. All right. And if any of our stuff where you owe us money is keeping you from getting your license. We'll do something similar to Novi. If you can make a really substantial payment on it, we'll give you your clearance before it's cleared out. Understood? That didn't make sense. We'll give you your clearance before you pay us all off. All right? Good luck. I'm sorry.
The section here, you're going to come up with a substantial payment when you get with your person, right?
Terrell Johnson. Good morning, man. Are you going forward today without an attorney? And you made a deal with the prosecutor?
Yes.
Terrell-Johnson. T-E-R? Double R, actually. All right. And if I'm reading the plea agreement correctly, and I'm quite sure I am, you're going to plead responsible to the impeding traffic that was issued to you on September 2nd, and the prosecutor wants me to dismiss the misdemeanor, correct? All right. Fines and costs on impeding traffic, $180. Can you pay that today?
That was paid yesterday.
Can you confirm that?
It's not a picture.
Won't be updated yet?
This is the one that she came in on. No, it's not. It hasn't been paid.
Okay, but that's all she had is A and B?
Yeah, just the A.
Okay, all right. So what we'll do is we're going to dismiss the misdemeanor and we'll close out the civil infraction when your payment processes. All set? No questions? Have a nice day. So you're welcome. So that's a weird one. So I guess I'll make a note in the file that says fines and costs paid yesterday.
Thank you.
Why would she come in here and pay a ticket yesterday knowing she's coming back today?
There's been quite a few of them.
Wonder
They have
why?
tried to help. Like the one guy, you had three.
Officers doesn't work, they don't have any scale, they need to have the parents square or whatever, and so then, like I say, you don't know that, you see the war, not my fault, I mean, you're stuck on the day, you know, when they said, you always know, the second. No, it's like, maybe all. So they, okay, what you're doing on a Saturday, when you tell them once, you know, they want to do, they want to come in, and they do that. Okay, I'll love you guys. All right, thanks. What up there, everybody? That's good.
All right, let me roll up. I'll be right out.
Oh, sir, how are we today? Looking like this. I'll be there soon. You know, Bill, here's my favorite officer in the world. Hey, you want to get a cup of coffee? Then you have coffee.
He said you aren't his favorite boss, so he's all yours, God bless you.
He lost me though.
Why, I bet he,
Just by the way you're kissing him right now, I see he lost me. He's been going around. They had him out fast.
please rise. Court is now in session on writing.
Have a seat, folks. What's your name, sir? All right. Are you ready for your formal hearing? People ready? Your appearance for the township? All right. And we're going to call a witness. All right. I'll show you. Come on up. Watch your step on my ramp. Raise your right hand. Swear, affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Settle in. When you're ready, Madam Prosecutor.
Preliminarily, understand that we're here for just a window tint violation. The responsibility for the other offenses. So we're going to start to get some questions regarding how we got to the stop. But
Okay. Okay. All right. That's my understanding. We're here for the window tint, right? Yes? Okay. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
name for the record.
Brett Young,
And how are you employed?
I'm employed, police officer in traffic enforcement unit.
And how long have you been employed with the town?
10 years.
And prior to your employment, were you employed elsewhere and what vessel?
Yes, I was.
Where?
I've been here in the township, for 20 years.
And as a police officer, do you have any special training based with radar?
Yes.
And if it's a successful completion of that training, are you certified as an operator that speaks section?
Yes, I'm certified as operator and instructors.
And were you certified on June 10th of this year?
Yes, I was.
And on that date, approximately 8:30 in the morning, were you on TV?
Yes, I was.
And about that time, where were you?
I was sitting in the turnaround on 275 between Gary River Drive and Civic.
And is that in Huron Township?
Yes,
Were you in a fully marked police vehicle?
yes, some of them.
And about that time, did you have the occasion to conduct a traffic stop that eventually led you to issue a traffic ticket?
Yes.
What happened?
I observed Mr. Weissman's vehicle traveling at 80 miles per hour in a 70-mile-an-hour zone. I then stopped Mr. Weissman and requested identification and asked him about his tinted windows. I told him they were too dark. He told me they were legal. And I then went back to the vehicle, issued him a violation for the speed and window tint.
Now, was the window tint on all of the windows?
Just front side.
And did you have tinted windows on your front side?
No, you can only have only 4 inches from the top.
And was that this case here?
I'm sorry.
Was that this case here? Or was it
Yes.
here before?
Yeah, he had total, it was basically 110. I couldn't even see the vehicle.
And did he provide you with any sort of prescription for that tinted window?
No, he didn't. I advised him. He told me it was legal and that was it. He didn't show me nothing.
All right, and as a result, did you issue a citation?
Yes, he did.
What was the citation for?
Window tint, civil infraction waiver.
Thank you. I don't further questions.
Sir, do you have any questions for Officer Yono?
You just provide a question.
That was, yeah. Do you have any questions for the officer?
Question was that you never did ask.
Okay. Do you have questions is a yes or no. Do you have questions? You don't have to have questions.
Yes, I only know. Like, trouble.
I don't want anything. It's your formal hearing. You asked it for a formal hearing. This is the opportunity for you to ask questions of a witness. I don't know what that is, but do you have questions or not?
No, yes.
Okay, you can step down. Would you like to I'm assuming he's the only witness.
Yes.
All right, would you like to testify?
Yeah.
All right, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Okay, tell me your story.
What's going on? Tinted windows. Got a doctor's bill saying why they're running.
Okay,
Y'all, why is it so officers gonna be pulled over about
I don't tell officers to pull over people.
see training or something by asking if they have tinted windows? You can say it for medical reasons. He never asked them to pull over, so I'm not gonna give them that information unless you want.
Okay,
I said, I want a car like this. That's exactly what I said.
Okay. okay, okay. Anything else you want me to know? Okay. Have you showed that paperwork to the prosecutor? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nothing else at this time? Okay. Anything else? Sure.
June 10th, were you the one operating the Eastern 16 train? And did you have a prescription for tinted windows at that time? A prescription from a board certified medical practitioner to say that you could have tints?
It's not saying, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, like, it's saying that I need something to say that. It's just saying that this will help for why I have it.
Isn't it true that that is for another person?
She drives the car.
And isn't it true that that stated 2 days ago? And isn't it true that this event took place in June 10th?
Yeah,
And isn't it true that you were the one operating the vehicle?
yeah,
And you do not have a prescription?
yeah.
I have no other questions.
Okay. Anything else from you, Mr. Weissman?
Because I don't want to take medications. Like she can't drive the car either just because of the dentist. That's what I'm doing. Like, that's why that's moving, because her medication helps with partly the sun and the heat. That's what they're for.
Right. Right. Okay.
Her medication, what they do is to her and the sun and heat.
Okay. Okay. My understanding is the law says that you can violate the tint rule if you've got that kind of information at the time you're violating the law, not 2 weeks later.
I'm saying, so if you take it before they, we don't have a note to say that it was that.
The law doesn't say anything about when you started taking your meds. Have you researched the statute, sir?
Yeah, it says it's.
Okay. Okay.
So that's my decision, that I mean,
Okay.
say, well, we gotta try to bring away form, but I mean, point,
Okay.
point.
You got the statute? Because I haven't looked at the statute in years. Let me look at it. All right, Mr. Weissman, can I see what you've got? Paperwork you're talking about? Okay. All right, I'm going to find you responsible for 2 reasons. Number one, that's from a nurse practitioner. The statute clearly says you've got to have documentation from a physician, and it says you've got to have it in your possession when you're operating that vehicle. So go get some paperwork from a physician, then you'll be in compliance with the statute, and just leave that in the car, just like you would your registration or your title or anything else. Understood?
I'm responsible for it.
Yeah, you violated the law. You're responsible. All right? I am going to suspend your fines and costs in spite of your really terrible attitude. Have a nice day. Oh, you posted a bond? Then we'll keep it. You're all set. Your bond will cover your fines and costs.
Either way, if it says this, it's a, well,
Absolutely. You can appeal my decision to the circuit court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
glad to see you all again.
I didn't hear him. Let it go. I didn't hear him. Oh, so many unhappy people in the world. So last one is Presley, that's at 11.
I'll see if they can check.